Our lives are stories. We communicate to one another through stories. We don't tend to communicate to one another through essays or, statistics or pick any other form. We tell each other stories. That's how we pass on what's important to us. And that's why the great bulk of the Bible itself is story. Because it's in the story of God's relationship with his people that they discover who he is. If you're retelling a Bible story, you have to be familiar with the story. So obviously job number one is to just read the story. Who are the main characters? What's the setting and what's the main conflict? And you come up with those, we discover those basically, and then you kind of build out from there. It's almost like you take the story apart and put it back together again. You want to be as true as you can be to the facts of the story and to the intent as best you perceive it. Jacob made Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors, while his brothers dressed in plain, old, ordinary coats. Jacob believed whatever Joseph told him, while his brothers had to put up with Joseph snitching on them. But worst of all, Joseph had dreams, while his brothers had to sit and listen to them. "I had a dream last night," beamed Joseph, and all his brothers sighed. "We were tying up sheaves of wheat in the field. Then my sheaf of wheat stood up, and all your sheaves of wheat bowed down before it." Well, it's just something about being able to kind of pass God's word on to a new generation in a way that they can understand and appreciate. Psalm 78 says it, doesn't it? It says, somebody told my story to you, your job is to pass my story on to the next generation. It is an opportunity, a pleasure, to be able to take God's story and to tell it with all of the joy and wit and creativity and passion that we can bring to it, and to help the next generation get excited about the story as well.